Unlock serious strength gains with the 5x5 workout plan. Imagine this. You've been diligently performing 3 sets of 12 reps for months, maybe even years, and your muscles are craving something new and heavier. Enter the 5x5 workout plan, a refreshing and effective path to serious strength gains. This strength-building blueprint takes the guesswork out of lifting heavier weights and is backed by fitness experts. Let's dive into what the 5x5 workout is all about and how to tweak it for maximum benefit. But here's where it gets controversial. Some fitness enthusiasts argue that the 5x5 routine is too simplistic and lacks variety. What do you think? So what exactly is the 5x5 workout? It's relatively straightforward. You perform 5 reps of a specific exercise, 5 sets of that exercise, a rest period of 2 to 5 minutes between each set. Typically, these exercises are compound movements, which engage multiple joints and muscle groups. While you could use kettlebells or dumbbells, most often you'll stick with a heavy barbell. Think of exercises like the barbell squat, bench press, and deadlift. Christina Myers, CSCS, a strength and conditioning coach in Birmingham, Alabama, explains that compound movements have a steeper learning curve but yield more significant results. Megan Sock-Okpana, DPT, CSCS, a physical therapist and strength coach in Puyallup, Washington, adds that compound movements train your nervous system to be more functional, allowing you to lift heavier loads. For example, you might see a barbell row in a 5x5 workout instead of a biceps curl. You'll use one load for all 5 sets, roughly 70% to 85% of your 1-rep max, which allows you to maintain good form. This should feel like an 8 or 9 out of 10 on the rating of perceived exertion, RPE scale, like you have just 1 or 2 reps left in the tank when you finish your set. The goal is to build strength and muscle with these heavier loads. Myers explains that the 5x5 workout focuses on progressive overload, gradually increasing the challenge placed on your muscles over time. For instance, if after a few weeks, you feel like you could do 10 reps during what should be a 5x5 barbell back squat, you might increase the load by 5% to 10%. Once the weight goes up, your reps will naturally decrease. The benefits of the 5x5 workout method are numerous. 1. It's an effective entry point into heavier lifting for those with a solid strength training base. If you've been doing high rep counts and light weights, the 5x5 workout plan could give your body the new stimulus it needs to see additional strength and muscle gains. Sock-Okpana points out that if you're always doing 3 sets of 30 reps for that booty pump, your body will adapt to the stimulus. Switching to a 5x5 routine can help you get stronger and gain muscle. Laura Sue, CSCS, a strength and powerlifting coach in Seattle, explains that performing just 5 reps before resting allows you to lift heavier than you would with, say, 8 to 10 reps. This setup is perfect for testing and building pure strength, especially if you're new to this type of training. Sue also notes that 5 reps are a great rep range for beginners, allowing them to practice form and technique without super high intensities. 2. It's relatively safe and keeps ego lifting in check. The lowest number of reps in each set gives you the chance to test heavier weights and practice your technique under that unfamiliar load. But the rep count isn't so low that you might be tempted to go super heavy for one single rep and potentially compromise your safety. Sock-Okpana says the 5x5 is a good entry point for heavier lifts because it balances challenge with safety. 3. It takes the guesswork out of your workout. The basic structure of the 5x5 workout method is straightforward and simple to understand. With your heavy lifts, you don't have to change up your rep scheme for each exercise or dash around the gym looking for empty equipment to arrange a superset. Train your muscles with physical load while your brain gets a break from the mental one. 4. It supports progress. Progressing your fitness with the 5x5 workout is as easy as adding more weight to the barbell. There's no need to mess around with other variables like reps or sets, and no matter what gym you're training in, you know the load you're adding is always the same. Myers explains that it's very easy to measure strength increases on a basic lift like that. But Sak Akbina adds that progress with the 5x5 can be even simpler than that. After all, you won't be bumping up your weight every week, but you can still be progressing. Think about maximizing every single rep. Are you sinking as low as possible into your squat? Are you moving at a controlled tempo? Can you focus on engaging your lats, not just your glutes and hamstrings, during your deadlifts? Sakobina explains that just getting better at a movement is a really underrated way of progressively overloading. But here's the part most people miss: the downsides of the 5x5 workout method. 1. Dumbbells probably won't cut it. With such few reps to play with, you need to make each one count, and that means lifting heavy enough to challenge yourself. While dumbbells may work for folks first dipping their toes into fitness, you probably won't be able to use them for long. Sue points out that if you've done the 5x5 workout for a couple of months and have built up to a squat with 60 pounds of load, holding a dumbbell of that weight in front of your chest for goblet squats is clunky and hard to grip. You'll typically want to use a barbell for easier setup, especially as your load goes up and up. Plus, you're able to make the tiniest increases in load with a barbell. Your gym might not stock dumbbells or kettlebells that go up in 2.5-pound increments, but there's a good chance it has weight plates of that size available. In turn, it's easier to stick to the 5-rep standard while progressing safely. 2. It takes a significant amount of time. Do you crave fast-paced workouts that last half an hour, max? The repetitive 5x5 workout might feel painfully slow. Some folks may be tempted to cut the significant rest between sets to move things along, but if you do so, you'd be messing with one of the core tenets of 5x5. Sue explains that you're probably not going to be able to push the intensity as much as you could to elicit muscle growth or strength gains. 3. It can leave some gaps in your fitness. The 5x5 workout blueprint can help you make major strength strides with your barbell lifts, but it overlooks some of the other elements of fitness that make you a well-rounded athlete, like speed, agility, and power. Myers explains that there's no unilateral, aka single-sided, work or movement through all 3 planes of motion. Think moving forward and backward, side to side, and rotationally. And with its focus on compound exercises, smaller muscles may not get the attention they need. This can be a problem, since giving these supporting muscles some love in your workouts can help support joint stability and protect from injury. Plus, training in all 3 dimensions can make real-life 3D activities, whether it's gardening or hiking, feel more effortless. How to start the 5x5 workout plan and adjust it for your needs. While you could do every exercise in your workout as a 5x5, it's not always the most efficient or mentally invigorating approach. Instead, program 1 to 3 barbell exercises using the 5x5 blueprint. Then, round out your training day with accessory work. Consider this sample lower body training session. Start the workout with a couple sets of a few reps of a power-focused nervous system priming exercise, say box jumps. Then, do a 5x5 style back squat, your main strength-bolstering lift. Follow up with 3 sets of 8 to 12 reps of accessory movements, e.g. single-leg deadlifts, split squats, suggests Sakobina. You basically move from the most risky movements down to the least risky movements within a workout. And the things that you're most fatigued for, you're not risking injury, but you're also not necessarily going to need as much energy or brain power. Instead of a lower body day, you might structure it as a push day or a pull day. In the latter case, you might do a barbell deadlift and bent over row as your main 5x5 workout lifts, with Nordic hamstring curls and reverse flies as your accessory moves. The 5x5 is a high-volume program. Between the low reps, high number of sets, and heavy weights, there's a hefty amount of work performed. And that means it can also be a high-fatigue program. In between sets, rest for at least 2 to 5 minutes so you're able to continue pushing that heavy barbell. Outside of the gym, make sure you're fueling properly and take 2 to 3 days to recover between 5x5 workouts of